All right, we're going to actually use these equations now to try to factor these cubes. So we've talked about what cubes are, how they work a little bit. Now we're going to use this. I wish we had a better example right now written down in these notes. We'll get it to it when we fill them out. I also attached another YouTube video that shows more of these examples being worked by another person, and I think it's worthwhile seeing it. So check out what it has for this right here. Factor this. This is a sum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I put my signs in first. Plus, minus, plus. So I have a plus, then I have a minus, then I have a plus. So make sure you put in your notes right there first. What you don't realize is that there's technically a 1 here. And the best part about dealing with ones is this. We technically have to change the front number into something else typically, but check out what happens with 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is in fact 1, which means the cubed root of 1 is also 1. But have you noticed that the square root of 1 is also 1? So this is one of those weird things to pay attention to. We have ones here technically. So don't follow these two examples as exactly how to get it done. These are good for showing you how to get it done with ones and what to do with the signs. So let's go ahead and do it. So now, can I identify my A? My A in this case is 1x. Why? Because it's kind of hard to explain, but you see this 3 up here, this cubed part right here, it's referencing this A. So I'll show you in a better example as we go down further. But in this case, just trust me that A is 1x, and trust me in this case that B is 1y. So let's go ahead and label this all in here. Now we're going to get A plus B for the first one. So I'm going to get x plus y for the first one. X plus y. Cool. This next one is A squared. All right. So I'm going to have 1x squared. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. X squared minus A times B. A times B is xy. Can you see it? 1x times 1y is in fact xy. So let's put that xy in here. Bizarre, but just deal with it. That's that. And then the last part is, let's see, what are we dealing with? Am I even writing the right numbers? I am. Plus, minus, plus, good thing I did it. Now I have the AB. Now I'm going to do B squared, which is 1y, so I know it's going to go in as y squared. So for this one over here, notice the only difference is going to be the signs, the difference of cubes. There's a minus, plus, plus. So I'm going to go minus, plus, plus. And if you're wondering, no, I have never memorized these equations. I never did memorize these equations. Y'all technically have to memorize it, I think, on the test. I think we're going to give it to you. But these are those weird equations that only are good for teaching math, but not really good for using it in real world math. So, no, I don't have this memorized. With that stated, you'll notice that the only difference in these two equations is the plus and the minus. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my minus plus plus is filled out, and you'll notice everything else remains the same. So I can literally just copy it down from there, and everything else stays the same. As you get to do these more, maybe you'll understand this a little bit more clearly, but a lot of this is just like, can you follow the instructions? So now I'm going to talk about, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch out this. I don't care about this example. What they want you to do is they want you to work out the signs for these problems. So let's check it out. The sum of two cubes is plus minus plus. I will never have that memorized. So it will be plus minus plus is what they're talking about here. For differences of cubes, you have minus plus plus. You have minus plus plus. Minus plus plus. Again, I will probably never have this memorized, but I'll be able to use it if I can look at the screen. Okay, so now, again, another example. I wish they'd do a different one. I am going to go ahead and actually do this example here. So I'm going to push pause, and I'm going to add an example to these notes. Push and pause.